Welcome to Subramani. I just done a short video saying two advisors had advised one person in Tirunelveli or Teni in Tamil Nadu to invest in only in mid and small cap companies, which led me to a question: why should a person have large cap as the core holding? What is a core holding? Core holding means, say, 50% of your portfolio or 45 to 60% of your portfolio should be in one particular cap, which is the large cap. I'm just breaking up your 100% of equities into large cap, mid cap and small cap. So 45-50% at least should be in large cap, about 25% in mid cap, and the balance you can put into some esoteric funds, pharma fund, a banking fund and a small cap fund, and all those things should make up only 20% of your portfolio. So why is it that many advisors keep saying that your core portfolio should be a large cap portfolio? Am I also saying that? Yes, if I meet a person whom I have never met before, this would be my advice, saying a core portion of your portfolio or the core portion of your portfolio should be in large cap, because one, you're a new investor, I have no clue how you will react during bad times. During bad times, large and mid cap and small cap are likely to be far more volatile. They're likely to fall more. Maybe they'll recover also fast. These are high beta groups, and so you have to have core holding in large cap, which will give you more stability. So you have your Larsen and Toubro, HDFC Bank, State Bank of India, Tata Steel, Tata Motors, Infosys, TCS, etc., and which will have far more stable earnings. So therefore, they are large cap. They are large cap. Whereas smaller companies may take more fluctuation. So a company with, say, 500 crore market capitalization today, which you are very sure will go to 50,000 crores in a matter of time. So you have a 100 bagger with you, but it will go through a lot of fluctuations. It will go through, you don't even know who the promoters are. They are not out in the open, right? So you are a little scared. So when the market cap goes from 500 crores to 1000 crores, you may sell off saying, okay, I have doubled my money. Similarly, for people to commit to it for a long term and stay invested in small and mid cap is going to be very difficult. Hence, therefore, small and mid cap will be more volatile, and therefore you should have a core holding in large cap. So this is a large cap equity holding. So that is why you should have a large cap as your core holding. So when I say large cap should be your core holding, I mean it cannot be. A lot of people ask, can it be an arbitrage fund? Maybe it can be an arbitrage fund, but I still prefer an ultra short bond fund or a short or a liquid fund rather than anything else. And I have found that there are people who recommend even balance advantage fund as not just the core holding, the parking space from where to do an STP. To me, it makes no sense at all. So if you want to still do an STP, which is what you should do, into a large cap fund, you should do it from your ultra short bond fund or from your liquid fund. I wouldn't go as down as liquid fund, but yes, ultra short bond fund, where you will have lesser fluctuation. You will not have any exit load, and when interest rates go up, the fall will not be too much. So from that fund you should do an STP into a large cap fund. It could perhaps be a large and mid cap, but it has to be still primarily large cap, where 50% of your money is lying. Especially as you get older, you don't want to see too much of fluctuation in your core portfolio, right? So your core portfolio should be a large cap fund. Does it make sense to have more than one large cap fund? The answer is yes. You could have somebody who is managing an aggressive large cap fund with just 25 stocks, and there could be somebody else who is managing a large cap fund with 85 stocks. Now 85 stocks means your risk is spread better than the person with 25, but the person with 25 stocks could give you better returns. So that makes sense for you to have two large cap funds, one aggressive one and one not so aggressive, one more diversified, one more focused, right? There's always a logic to doing all these things, but if you don't understand the logic, sticking to an index fund as the core portfolio is also not bad. So stick to a good debt fund, which could be an ultra short bond fund from which to do an STP, not a BAF or an arbitrage fund. arbitrage fund is still okay, but definitely it's not BAF because it already has equity. So when equity markets tank, the BAF will also fall. Only thing is equity funds could fall from here to here, BAF would fall from say here to here, but it will definitely fall, right? One big portion, one chunk which could be 65% of your portfolio is tanked or is gone down dramatically. Obviously this your whole fund will go down. So therefore the purpose of keeping in BAF is lost, especially for doing an STP. If you want BAF to be a part of your holding, may not be core holding but next to the core holding, then BAF makes sense. So don't do a BAF for doing an STP. Don't do a mid and small cap fund to do an STP out into a large cap fund. Makes no sense except for your except that your advisor doesn't know how an STP is to be done. Another objection that I received to doing an STP from a fund is too much of capital gains calculation. That's true, you can't avoid it, you have to pay capital gains tax, but it is still better than leaving money in your savings bank account where there could be temptation to spend it, right? It's better that money goes out of, let's say you have 10 lakhs to invest and you don't want to put all the money in a fund today. You can put it into a short-term fund and ask it to do a STP over a 10-month period, right? 1 lakh per month for 10 months and it can get invested, especially if you are scared about what the market will do. I am very clear that if it's a 20-year view, you can do a lump sum into a fund of your choice which you know well and has had the longest track record. You know it, so you can do it. However, if you are yourself scared that market might tank and things like that, then you're better off doing an STP, right? So STP, liquid fund or ultra short bond fund into a large cap, which is the core part of your holding, right? These are good steps to getting to a good financial freedom or creating wealth for yourself. Thank you.